welcome to the Melanin Method YouTube channel. I am a licensed esthetician and owner of Airnates Aesthetics based in Dallas, Texas. If you are an aesthetics student, licensed esthetician, or even an aspiring esthetician, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video because both of these were made for you. First and foremost, if you haven't watched part 1 of this series where I talk about branding and social media presence, pause this video, click the link down below in the description, and watch it first. Anyways, today is part 2 of the Journey to Going Solo series where I will be talking about making your business legal. I will also be revealing the company that I use to help me file for my LLC on my behalf, as well as provide me with a registered agent service, which we will learn more about in this video. Now let's discuss the first thing of making your business legal, which is establishing an LLC. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. With an LLC, your personal assets such as your car or your house will be separated from your business assets. This would mean that you are not personally responsible for the business's liabilities. For example, if someone wanted to sue you, it would only affect your business assets, not your personal assets. LLCs can also be owned by more than one person, but the only con to filing for an LLC is that there is constant filing that has to be done and fees that need to be paid in order to be in compliance with the Texas state laws. Although establishing an LLC is not required to operate a solo aesthetics business, I highly suggest you do this to protect yourself and your business legally. If you decide not to establish your business as an LLC, your solo aesthetics business will automatically be considered a sole proprietorship by default. A sole proprietorship can only be owned by one person and one person only. This option is better for someone who needs an easy startup because there is little to no paperwork involved. However, you must have a DBA, also known as doing business as, name in order to legally operate and run your business. The reason that I personally don't recommend operating your business as a sole proprietorship is because it makes you personally responsible for your business liabilities. Again, if you were to get sued, your personal assets are also now in jeopardy. The other con about having a sole proprietorship is that you must file your business taxes and your personal taxes as one. Now to discuss pricing. In the state of Texas, it costs $300 to establish an LLC. If you are not going to be establishing an LLC, applying for the DBA is going to be around $10 and it can go up from there. In short, there is no right or wrong way to go about establishing your business in the state of Texas. It's simply based off of what you can afford and also what your business needs at the time. Just as a quick little side note, I highly recommend listening to episode 35 on the Small Strong podcast to learn more about LLCs and sole proprietorships. They collaborated with an attorney known as Brittany Rattel, and she breaks down everything that you need to know about making your business legit within your state. I will make sure to definitely put a link down in the description of this video if you want to check it out. Alright, so now it's time to talk about LLC requirements. So, if you have decided to establish your business as an LLC, there are a few requirements that you must follow. The first and most important requirement is appointing a registered agent or a registered agent service. This is also something that you can do on your own, but it is not recommended. A registered agent is an individual designated to receive filings when a business entity is a party in a legal matter, such as a lawsuit or summons. The reason I do not recommend you put yourself down as your registered agent when applying for your LLC is a plethora of reasons, and I'm going to leave a nice article down below telling you why it's not a good idea to put yourself down as your registered agent when you're applying for your LLC. Another important requirement when applying for your LLC is that you have to have a business address. Now, since I'm operating my business in a suite, I don't necessarily want mail coming directly to my suite or for the public to know exactly where I practice my services. So in order to get around this, I actually went ahead and opened a UPS mailbox. So the UPS mailbox is super similar to a normal PO box. It looks the exact same. The only difference is that the UPS mailbox will allow you to have a street address. So it doesn't have the PO and the box number. It's just a normal street address. So if someone were to look it up, it brings them to the UPS store. And in Texas, this is actually acceptable to use when filing for your LLC. The other reason I recommend opening a UPS mailbox is because once all your business info is out on these government websites for the public to see, you'll start getting a lot of spam calls, spam emails, and spam mail, which can get really, really annoying. Although I really recommend this is not necessary and it is an additional expense if you're ready to pay for that. If you're on the fence about opening a UPS mailbox, think about it this way. I know it costs money, but it's worth it because this keeps your personal information as confidential as possible. Opening the UPS mailbox costed me about $180 for every 6 months. Again, this is not a requirement to have when filing for your LLC. I just personally highly suggest it. All right, so at this point you may be wondering, how in the world am I going to file all of this paperwork correctly? And like, how do I even go about this? I actually came across a very trusted company and use them to file my LLC, get my EIN, and also provide me a registered agent service all on my behalf. I did not have to do a single thing other than enter my information, and they did it all for me and correctly. The company that I'm talking about is called Zen Business, and I will have their website and information linked in the description down below. In order for me to file for my LLC, get my registered agent service, and apply for my EIN through Zen Business, it all costed me a total of around $500. I know it may seem like a lot, but if your business is really important to you and you feel like this is something that you cannot do on your own, I highly, highly recommend this company. They have a ton of good reviews and excellent customer service if you have any questions about anything that they offer. Moving on to the topic of sales tax and use permits. These are also known as resale tax permits that are used to collect sales tax on goods, services, and certain retail merchandise. So in our case, retail skincare products. This permit is also usually required when you are trying to open a professional wholesale account with a skincare brand or company that you're trying to retail in your solo aesthetics business. Again, in Texas, there's no fee at all when applying for your sales, use, and tax permit. And this one was actually really easy, so I was able to do it all by myself. Alrighty, now let's discuss insurance. Insurance is required in all aspects of your solo aesthetics business. This is especially true if you'll be leasing a suite or renting a booth, because most places won't even let you sign the lease until you have your proof of insurance. The two most important types of insurance would be professional liability insurance and business property insurance. The professional liability insurance is basically there to protect you from general liability, such as malpractice or neglect causing injuries, or even bad reactions to a certain product that you recommended. On the flip side, business property insurance is there to protect your equipment and other business property owned by the business from vandalism, burning, or just flat out destroying or stealing. I actually went ahead and used ASCP for my insurance plans, and they do offer a professional liability insurance and a business property insurance, and in total I paid about $350 for the insurance for the year. Alrighty, moving on to mini salon licenses. So a mini salon license is required in the state of Texas if you are located inside a licensed beauty salon, specialty salon, or dual shop that contains rooms to be used for cosmetology services. The license is to ensure that you are in compliance with the health and safety regulations set by TDLR. Applying for this license is $60 and it only has to be renewed every 2 years. I will go ahead and link all the requirements for a mini salon license down below in the description. Phew! That was a lot of information, you guys, a lot of information. I hope you took notes, but that is all I have for you guys in today's video. I really hope this video helped you and provided you with really valuable information. In next week's video, I will be going over part 3 of my Journey to Going Solo series, where I will be discussing services, back bar, and pricing. If you made it this far into the video, you obviously liked it, so go ahead, subscribe, and hit the like button, because I wouldn't want you to miss my other aesthetics related videos. Again, I love you all so much, and I will see you next week.